are live now. MC Let's Talk edition. Topic is energy. How important is it in relationships? What are you leaning? Okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah. For me, energy is everything. Energy is everything. Just forget relationships. I know we just said in relationship, but energy is everything in anything. Um, Specifically to relationships, though, I think it can either make or break a day, a moment, a relationship, um, without words, without words altogether. I think it's all the unsaid that gets accounted for in a relationship. If you know your mate, or even if you don't, I mean, forget knowing a person. Like, if you guys can relate, if you ever, excuse me, if you ever go anywhere and you're around a person, whether at work or whatever the case is, you can just tell something's off. The person's mad, person's sad, happy, angry, whatever, without even speaking to the person. You might not even know the person, but you get a vibe off of them, which is what people say nowadays. Excuse me, which is vibe, but same thing. Which is energy. So, thank you, babe. I think that it's important because, again, it's all the things that are unsaid, and it's kind of like the prelude to conversation. If your energy's off and someone approaches you and they notice that your energy's off, they may speak to you a different way because they're compensating for the energy that they're getting back from you. My wife does it all the time. Like, if I'm coming to visit, if I just got off a plane or whatever the case is, I get in the car.
I'm not talking to him. Hey, how you doing? You good?
I get in the car or whatever, and I can tell she's almost like filling me out because I might not say much more than hi, like hey, what's up or whatever. Mind you, there's a whole story to it. I hate flying. I hate having to get on a flight just to come see my wife. Yada yada yada. But if I get in the car and I'm just quiet, she can pick up on my energy right off the gate, and from there, that can change the whole night. From it being, hey babe, I miss you, da 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 da, I haven't seen you in a while, and us busting it up like we haven't seen each other in a while, to I'm going to give him space because it seemed like he might blow up at any small little incident. So I'm just going to I'm going to fall back a bit or whatever, and that's off of hello. You know what I mean? Not much has been said between the two, but just she knows me, I know her. She can tell almost at the drop of a dime. She's probably right 8 out of 10 times off of my demeanor, my quietness, my responses to her. She asks me something, the way I respond or whatever, to where it's like, oh, all right, something up with him, he ain't feeling it. He'll feel whatever the case. He'll feel good. Any of that can kind of go off of, all right, well, this is going to be a different day. And it's just off of the energy that we have at that moment. On the flip side, when the energy's great, you can feel that part too. So where like you wake up and it's all right, like he's good, she's good, you just know you're gonna vibe. Like everything's clicking on all cylinders or whatever. I think energy or sensing one's energy is important in that way too. It's not always a negative thing. Some people you gravitate to because of people call it charisma and everything else, but it's still their energy.
Yes, yeah, good energy.
Right. It's a good energy. You get a good sense about a person, all off of how they may carry themselves. You might not even be talking to them. You might overhear them talking to somebody else, but just off of the things that they're giving off, you might gravitate to a person like that, trust a person more because of the energy that they just give off.
Oh yeah, like they mad cool.
Right. Cool person. I can kick it with them because of X, Y, Z. Just because of how they move. They don't seem like they telling your business, whatever the case is. Like, all that could be a good trait as well. So, for me, like I said, energy is everything, whether in relationships or just throughout life. It could be a make or breaker for anything as small as a moment to as big as a marriage.
Yeah, we have a lot of those moments where his energy messes up.
Don't say his like you don't have energy moments yourself.
I have energy moments, but not as frequent as you. But
I'm a Cancer.
it's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
You know, with him, just to piggyback off what he was saying, like his energy will be way off, and I could feel the tension from miles away, and I'd be like, all right, like just preparing myself mentally to be like, all right, I'm not even going to absorb the energy that he got going on. I'm gonna try to stick to my happy space right here.
So you
But
block me out a little bit.
I don't necessarily block you out. It's more so,
You have a defense mechanism.
no, yeah, there's a defense mechanism for it. There's a laugh it away, or
Wrong defense mechanism.
I know, because
Wrong.
it makes you more upset. It could be like just blow it off, kind of like even if he's saying whatever he's saying in whatever tone he's saying in it, I try not to let it get to me. So that's my blow it off. Like, all right, be that way. You know what I mean? Like,
You make me sound like the villain. Like,
no, I'm not. I'm only talking about in those moments. You're not like that all the time.
Valid.
Right. So, in those moments, like, I feel like I have because of my nature to always want to help and see what's wrong, let's talk about it or whatever. I feel like I kind of always absorb the energy, and it instantly changes my energy. You know what I mean? So I'm not only trying to help your
Kinda like
situation.
nurturing.
Yeah, I'm not only trying to help the situation where you can have just even energy. I'm still trying to protect myself from falling into that bad space or whatever. You know what I mean? So like for me, it's like a balancing act. Me on the other hand, be like, all right, I'm in a good mood. I had a good day. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have had a rough day, and it would have been like, don't feel like talking or whatever. And so for me, I'm just like, all right, well, no problem.
I think what you touched on is extremely important too. I think people word it differently, but it's exactly what you just said. Just like I'm saying, energy is everything. Protecting your energy is everything too. Protecting your own energy is extremely important. You get around a person, they're negative, they're giving off a bad vibe, and then all of a sudden you got a
You're
bad
sponge.
day.
Everybody's
Yeah.
a sponge.
Yeah, you're pissed off, you're mad, you're miserable, whatever. And before you even got around this person or talked to this person, you was cool. Everything was just live with you, and then all of a sudden they just drained everything from you
Right.
and gave you theirs.
It's the same thing with, sorry, babe.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with, like, you know how they always tell you, don't be the smartest person in your circle. It's the same thing with that aspect of it, because, if you're the smartest person in your circle, then the people that you're around are not doing anything to help you elevate yourself.
Right, you become stagnant.
You become stagnant. You fall short. You start then becoming and doing less than what you are capable of doing. So it's the same thing in that aspect of protect your energy. Don't let the negative influences, infiltrate your system to where you feel like you got nothing left.
So I guess my question would be, I mean, you touched on it a little bit. How do you? I mean, because you can protect your energy from someone that, let's say, you don't live with, like a coworker. You only deal with them so much on a work-related basis, so you can protect it from them. But how do you protect it from, let's say, your husband or your wife when y'all live together and y'all share the same space on a daily basis?
That's the difficult thing for me, especially because, like, even in moments of whatever you or I may be going through, I could be just hanging on to a thread of that last bit of hope and faith or whatever, of trying to stay positive, and then you come in with that last leg of nah, F the world kind of thing. You know what I mean? Not saying that it'd be that bad, but and then immediately I'm down too. Now we both down, and now it's an argument. Now there's, tension for no reason. Now we mad at each other for something that neither one of us did, and like that that doesn't help the situation. That only creates unnecessary drama and tension between you and your partner for no reason. When, you know what I mean, just like you always say, what do you say? Stop aiming your gun at me, right? It could have just been a bad day. You know what I mean? Some
that
people
just gets transferred.
right, and I think one of the biggest thing. Who did I hear? I was watching one of the morning shows. I think it was Morris Chestnut.
It was a morning show?
No, he was on. He was guest appearance on there. And so they were asking him what was the secret to him and his marriage. I think he has been married over 22 years, I think, with his
Shout
wife.
out to Morris.
And he was saying communication was key, just like we say. So like I wasn't surprised when he said that, but one of the things that he was saying was, dang, I done lost it.
We were talking about energy.
No. One of the things he was saying was being a good listener, and also within the communication, being a good listener. He was saying how he's a good listener for his wife, you know, because you could be going through something. I could be going through something, and I could come and I want to talk to you about it. I don't necessarily want a response in that moment. Sometimes it's, all right, let me just get this off, listen, and vice versa. Because you've told me that sometimes I just want you to listen. Just hear me out for a second. I don't want a response. So I think that's important in protecting your energy. Because if you know when a response is necessary to your partner, especially like if they're looking for answers, yes, give your partner an answer. But if they're not really looking for an answer, they know it's nothing you could do for the situation. They know you
Just
can't
be
really
that
just be that ear and listen. So I think that's important when it comes to protecting your energy, because that way I don't absorb your energy. And because if I'm happy and you're sitting here mad over work or something like that, and you come home and you bring me down, now I'm mad over your work too. Why am I mad about your work? I can't go to your work tomorrow and fix it. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So,
Okay, so we both know, or everybody should know, that energy doesn't necessarily die. It only transfers. We know that it can transfer from one person to another. What about changing energy? For instance, I'm in a good mood, you're in a bad mood. Are there ways to change your energy to good? Because if you can transfer bad to me, I can transfer good to you.
very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true. And that's one of the things like with when it comes to me, you know. So like your normal thing is to just not smile and just be straight faced and somewhat on the serious tip for the most part.
Not somewhat serious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you for dressing it up.
You're welcome.
It's okay.
So for me, it's like
I know what you do to change my energy. We actually spoke on it on the other video. That's also to change my energy.
yeah.
It's not fair though.
Okay, so what he's saying is, if you didn't see the other video, it's basically doing some type of sexual thing to
She
bring
sticks her
him.
titty in my mouth.
Would you
dog.
stop? We're gonna edit this one out.
We're not. We talked about it in the last
No,
one.
we don't need to talk about it in every video, babe.
But that changes the energy.
Okay, all right. So you like it?
Okay, so guys.
regardless,
Well, sexual things can change.
sexual
it.
things that I would do to him would change his energy.
Anything outside of sex? Not with me. You just in general. Suggestion was.
I could be goofy at times. That helps sometimes. Making him laugh or giving him compliments that are unwanted usually helps to at least bring a smile to
Makes
your
me
face.
weird.
It makes you,
feel
yeah, it makes him feel weird, so he don't know how to respond to it. But sooner or later, he's going to catch on and know how to respond to it, and so I'm gonna have to find something else. I can't say tickle you. You don't like being tickled. I mean,
But there is ways to transfer.
the sexual one is the always go easy. I think that'll last forever.
I think you got to know your mate, or you know who you're with, because I think that comes with once you know them, you know how to cheer them up. And truthfully, with the bad energy, good energy thing, sometimes it's just as simple as that. They're mad, or they're having a bad day, or whatever, which is why their energy is negative, or they receive bad news or whatever. So if you know how to cheer them up, normally you're going to be transferring good to them, and that could ultimately change their mood, their energy, to where they're now like not a negative source, and everything's back to whatever it was before they were negative.
Right. I'm the type of person that it's easier to transfer good energy to me because I'm a good energy person, right?
Mhm.
So if I'm going through whatever I'm going through, and I talk it out, and all right, I've come to a okay place in my heart or head or whatever, and now the conversation starts transitioning into us talking about other things and us talking about the future, whatever it is that
How
we're.
much you love me?
Yeah, I love you.
No, I'm saying that's what we can talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about how much I love him. We can talk about whatever he wants to talk about, and it would change the energy and make me smile. And you wouldn't have known based on the end of the conversation that I was mad in the beginning.
Right.
With him, it's not that easy.
A little bit harder. A little bit. She can do it. She's done it before. My moods last longer. Right. I'm not so quick to switch mood. Let me fix that. I can switch moods quickly, but once in a mood.
He's 0 to 100, so it's either you good or bad. There's no
Right.
in between.
Right. I can switch moods quickly, but like if I'm mad with that, it's hard to get back to I'm good. I literally got to go through the phase or whatever. She can do it. She's for it. And it's not even really for her to fix. That's more something for me to fix because, I should be able to control my own mood. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, oh, she can do it. She'll fix it. No, that's really for something for me to fix or whatever. It's just one of the things to where I have to work on making it to where my negativity, my anger, whatever the case is, doesn't alter the rest of like an evening or something, as opposed to, getting mad, speaking on it, and possibly getting over it, especially if it's something I can't change. But she is one of the people who actually can. She'll make me smile, she'll make me laugh. One of the reasons why I married her, because she can press buttons, good and bad. You know what I mean? The closer, obviously, a person is to your heart, normally they can do that. So her being where she is and who she is, she knows how to press certain things to get me back on the right side. It just may take longer, but that's, again.
Yeah, because when he be making me mad, press some buttons. So I'm not going to be the only one mad. He's going to be mad too, boo.
So
It's going to be a mad
so
house.
you're an eye type of person.
No.
Okay, sounds like it.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, but I mean, it's important. I mean, again, knowing your mate is important. With knowing your mate comes communication. It's always going to fall right back down to communication. But, knowing how to navigate your mate's emotions and moods and how they receive bad news and how they have bad energy, how to navigate those waters, I think is important. Because no one's, I don't care how happy of a person you are, I don't know anybody who's happy 100%, 24/7, 365.
It's also key for introspection is to have something that is a guaranteed stress reliever for you. What relieves your stress? What releases that negative and bad energy?
Correct.
Like for my husband, running is one of those things where
Right.
he goes and he releases.
Because it's not really up to your mate to always fix your mood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's something, like I was just saying, it's something for you to fix. Because let's say you don't have a mate. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you don't go
Right.
through good and bad phases.
Right.
It's just one of them things to where you got to know yourself and know how to relieve said stress,
Right.
For
Right.
yourself.
For me, it's taking my mind off of it. Like I don't want to talk about it. Like I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to harp on it. However you want to put it, I don't want it in my face. If it's something I need to get over or get through, change the subject because I'm gonna get through it because I'm gonna have to deal with it. I'm one of those people that I have to face whatever it is. But take my mind off it, like playing the video games or studying for my certifications or whatever the case may be. It's take my mind off of it. That's my stress reliever for me.
Right. And whatever gets you there. You know what I mean? So it's important for you guys to first know yourselves, and of course then know your mate, because again, y'all going to have times where things ain't all right with one of y'all. Y'all both could have a bad day. You're two negative energies. You know what I mean? Like nobody's the positive source in there. Y'all both in the household. Everybody's pissed off.
Boxing.
Not each other. Not each other. Because I was talking about not each other, but just boxing.
Boxing is a good stress reliever.
Yeah, hitting something.
Boxing
Other than your mate.
Great.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not each other.
We don't believe in domestic
Correct.
violence over
But
here,
just,
so
but yeah,
don't
just
do that.
right. But exercising in general. I mean, a lot of times, again, we're talking energy. That's what that is. That pent up aggression, everything else. You exercise it out, you release it. Most of the time, you be too tired to even be pissed off anymore.
And you be worked out from head to toe. Boxing is one of those all around. It's going to touch every body part that you have.
Sex.
Sex is definitely a good
Sex is an
frustration
awesome
reliever.
Sex is not same thing. It's exercise. If y'all actually move, if there's no dead fish in the bedroom, sex you'll be doing exercise. You'll also relieve stress. I mean, you could have angry sex, but you're only gonna be angry for so long before you're happy. You know what I mean? So, so no matter how you put it,
Anybody that's still angry
After they have
sex,
it, then-
you are the issue.
right. So with that said, I mean that's another stress reliever, and it can change that energy around. I think of course it's hard when everybody's angry in the house, but if y'all know each other, then hopefully y'all both got some go-tos to where, all right, even if it's space, let me go sit in my corner, figure myself out. I'm gonna come back to rescue her from her own angry self, or whatever the case. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do it separately and come back as a unit.
Right.
The space is also one of mine. You know what I mean? So whatever gets you guys there, it's just important for you guys to communicate and for everybody to be on the same page, because if you're dating a Cancer, our moods are like
Night and day.
but in the same day.
In the same day.
Yeah,
In the
like-
same minute.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
What
Up,
is
down.
happening?
Right. So it's one of them things, and I don't even want to blame it on. I'm gonna just speak for myself.
Yeah, speak for
That's
yourself.
how my mood is. Like
Most Cancer.
in the same minute, I can go up or down. You know what I mean? And it could be the smallest of things or whatever, which again I need to fix. But she's doing a great job. We are 1 year in, a day over 1 year in. So stop looking at me like that. Why are you looking at me? Why are you cutting your eye at me? Yeah, we're a day over 1 year in. So she's doing perfectly fine. She's already changed
Thank
me.
you.
She's already changed me in a lot of ways for the better. From the rules that she set, which sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm like just a bad child in these rules. But from certain rules that she's implemented that we spoke on previous videos or whatever. I wouldn't even abide by a rule if it wasn't to make me better. And certain things that she spoke on or did or tried, they have made me better. So, me realizing that it's a problem and it's not conducive to a good relationship, and me wanting to change, her coming to me and saying, hey, look, let's do it this way, whatever the case is. I'm willing to acquiesce to it just because I know it's going to make me better. And she's doing, again, a phenomenal
Vice
job at
versa.
that. So get out there, talk, find your mate out, find out what makes them tick, pisses them off, makes them happy. Sex. That should always be a go-to. If you guys aren't happy after sex, then again, have sex with somebody else. I don't know. No. No. Don't have sex with somebody else. But if
Some
you
people do that though.
but don't.
Crazy. It's crazy.
But
Some
don't.
people do that.
Don't. It's I'm just saying, like, sex should be something that makes you happy, right? I would think. Whatever. Comment, like, share. Let us know how you guys get over negative energy. Do you change it yourself? Do you look to your mate to change it for you? What's some ways to change negative energy?
You are your own person. You can only control you and
Correct.
no one else.
Correct.
So you should always be wanting to make you feel as happy as
But
possible.
a lot of people don't see it that way. But I agree.
I'm aware, but
Agreed.
you know what I mean? Like, one of the things, I had this conversation with a friend a number of years ago, and he put happiness
in the hands of somebody else.
No. He put happiness in my head just a little bit more clear. Like, he made me understand happiness a little bit more. Just looking at everything that he went through, just suffering from PTSD and all types of other things that he was going through. For me, it made, we spoke, I don't even remember when this was. Maybe it was back in like 2014 or 2015. I think it was around when time I was pregnant with my daughter. And he basically was telling me, he's at an age, or he didn't say he said we're at an age to where we need to value our happiness. And we need to make sure we are responsible in doing so. And if it don't make him happy, it doesn't make sense. And so, like, that conversation that we had, that's just a tidbit, but that's the conversation that we had, provided me some clarity for my own self and how I moved in my own life. And so, if it doesn't make you happy, it doesn't make sense. Point is, the point is clear. You know what I mean? So regardless of whether your energy is bad or negative, whether you receive bad energy from this person always, or happy energy from that person always, either way,
find ways to protect yours.
Protect yours. Yeah, that's the key, because you can only change your energy. You can't do anything to. You can contribute to a person's energy, but you cannot change it.
It's up to them.
Yeah. So always make sure it's not selfish thinking of your energy first, because your energy is what allows you to move throughout the day and have a decent day. So it's not selfish thinking that way or doing that, because actually it's a benefit to everybody around you. So, yeah, like my husband said, like, comment, share.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Truthfully Speaking, if you haven't done so already. Be on the lookout for more episodes. They'll be coming shortly. Au revoir. Is that goodbye in French?
Bye.
Wait, did I get that right? Au revoir?
I don't know. I'm English.
You're Asian. All right, bye, guys.